Alright guys, as some people know, they have dropped the Boo or Halloween update, whatever you want to call it, for Astroneer. And as you can see, I have already the Halloween helmet, which I think looks freaking awesome. You do need this guy here. You need one of these created, the EXO Request platform. And basically, you need 120 of the pumpkins created to juice. 180 of pumpkins to get the mask, the Halloween helmet, 120 to get a visor, and then 80 to get a pumpkin shelter, which I'm working on. And I wish I would have known some things before I started this, but so I figured I would share them with you so it could save you a ton of time and hopefully easier way to figure this stuff out. So you have to go to Atrox. Atrox is the planet that has all of this stuff. And you're going to be looking for this particular plant. This thing is, they're all over the planet. Not all over, but they are there. And you can pick them up. They come on their own platform, but you want to pick them up and put them on a platform. Now, you need to make 3 different gases. One is from these pumpkin samples. As you can see here, I have it automated, which I highly suggest you should do. These have been, the round spooky pumpkins have been probably the best that give the most of this type. Okay? And you're going to want at least 3, maybe 2 gas cans, because you get one returned after it goes up. And if you do more than what it asks for, it gives you little bonuses. So I like to put extra ones, as you can see, sitting here. These are what that thing creates. Now, when you put, it has 2 slots right here, one right here and right here, and then what comes out is up here. What's strange is this doesn't need any power. As you can see, I have no power hooked up to this thing. It doesn't need any power to work. It works pretty fast. But 2 of these, if you put 2 of these squash samples, which come from pumpkins only, it makes the first of the gases that is needed to get the helmet. I've already done that, but I found a very quick and super easy way to do it. Well, once you go out down into the environment, just drive around until you find a couple of pumpkins. They're usually down in the valleys. There's different kinds. There's the Astroneer. As you can see, I got tons of seeds here. There's stunted ones. These are the worst ones. There's Astroneers. There's round. There's smiling. Smiling may be as good as the round, but round I've been using. And depending on the pumpkin you grow, depends on how many of these things when you know, dig under it and cause it to explode, how many of those samples it drops. Now, I had on here, you can see I have an auto arm, and the auto arm is set to only grab those orange squishy things. The problem is, this thing has 2 spots, and you have to move this auto arm about right where mine is, or else it can sometimes throw it on that side, and you don't want it to do that. I mean, in the beginning you can, because you need to get 2 of each, 180 of them, and get that out of the way first, the helmet. But now that I have, and I'm trying to make the other gas, that is 120, I need just 1 sample put here, and then 1 sample from the plants. Now, how I have automated this, especially the pumpkin one, it goes super fast. And normally, sometimes you may want to put a medium storage back here. I did not, because this auto arm has a problem grabbing stuff. As you can see, I'm trying to get around this stupid area, but the yellow is where, of course, it wants to put the words right where I'm trying to explain. I hate that shit. But let's see. Okay. There you go. So the blue is where it's going to put, and the yellow or the green circle is where it's grabbing from. I have it grabbing from here, and I tested it, and it can grab all the way up this tower. So I just put it a little bit behind there and it works much better than the medium storage. But I double automated the pumpkin thing, which I'm going to show you. So over here, I have this auto arm that is going to grab from these pumpkins I planted, put them onto this board, and then from that board, it will place there. Sounds a little complicated. It's not really. You just need to have this arm aimed to dump on that. That's an active large storage, which is not a lot. And you need it to grab from here. Now watch what happens. You can see that board is empty. I'm going to just dig a little bit underneath these guys, cause them, and you can see the arm is already grabbing those things. You see? Any it doesn't grab or fell outside the little hole there that I made, I'm just tossing in there. And it will take them all and put them on the board. And then, once it gathers all of them, I may have to put some in there. I don't have to look at this right now. I can go over here, because what I'm doing, and which this is the part I wish I knew. These seeds are what you need to gather now. So I'm going to plant them. These are the ones that are really pain in the ass, and they shoot at you when you try to gather them out in the Atrox planet. They're the ones that shoot at you. Let me turn that light on. But if you plant them, they don't attack you. And there is a chance that they sometimes drop more than one seed. A lot of times more than one seed. Out in the wild, or when you're trying to find them, if you're driving by car, it's a real pain in the ass. Especially these. These are the other type you need for the 80. These are even more rare. Not more rare, but less of them out there. There's more of these. But as you can see, all you need is about one or two of these to get this process started. So now I have mine, let those fully grow. You see here, I've already started a storage. That is what I carry back here. But now, what should have happened, you see that? You see how that board is completely filled? And now, all I simply do is go ahead and gather the seeds that it drops. And you're just going to move them out of there. Move them to the side. I could further automate this, but and do this for the other plants on the other side, but I've got it so much now, and all you do is just backfill this hole, you know, as such. And now we are ready to lay the pumpkins down. Just make sure that they go in that green area where it will be grabbing. You'll put one about where the middle is of the circle, and then you can just put them around there. Yeah, so that's pretty good. That's good enough. I usually do about 5 to 6, and try to do them as close as I can. That way when you dig underneath them, most of them all at the same time, it makes a shallow hole. Because if the hole gets too deep, then the auto arm cannot grab them down there. You definitely don't want that. Then you're picking up more. So I usually do about this, 5 or 6, like I said. And then while these are going, so I'll go ahead and start them. So you want to plant them all at the same time once you get them set up, and try to do it. That one didn't get, you got to watch out for that. Sometimes they don't plant. Try to get these as quick as you can, because then it'll push the seeds out and you won't be able to plant them on top of each other. But now I'll just let the pumpkins grow fast as hell. So what I want to do, and the extra seeds, you're never gonna have to go out and get anything after you get it started. So the first part, I thought you could just farm the pumpkins, but then I realized that the plants normally only give you one seed. Normally. But I guess for the event, or maybe I just didn't notice it, will give you more than one. And I fill this whole thing up. But I just want to show you how this process works now. Now that this is, it's only done the one side. It's waiting for these. It's simply waiting. And now it's going to go. It's going to put the other one on the other side. But you see, this is the other canister. You see it's already at 60. But you see that they only put, this arm only puts to this side, and that arm only puts, you see that? It's perfect. And then I have the gas canister here, so it goes straight from there into there. It's a perfect setup. This is a perfect setup. Like I said, I can automate it a little more, but why bother? And now, I come back over here, right? These plants, the best thing about when you plant them, they don't attack you. You know, so when you're out, if instead of going, and you see that? I planted 2, look how many seeds dropped. Like double. So, like I said, you only need to really start with like 2 plants, and then 2 will turn into 3 or 4 if you're lucky, and then you just go from there. Just have some storage units like this to set it up. And you never have to go out and fight with these stupid plants because you're just going to be doing this. And I do the same thing here. I plant about 5 of each. And normally they do, you know, sometimes they will only do 1 seed, but most of the time you get double. Like this one I planted. And look at how many I got from there. I only planted 2, I think, and I got like, or 3, and I got like double the seeds. But you do the same process here. Once you gather the stuff out of there, you just backfill your holes. Make sure to backfill them, because if you just do the level one like this over, it creates a pit underneath it a lot of times, and then the seeds or whatever you're gathering can fall through there. So I like to do this first, and then I smooth it, because it's just a little extra time, but it's totally worth it, because, you know, if the hole goes way down there, the shit falls down the hill. But anyway, but yeah, these don't bother you. So then you just come over here, you do the same shit. Same shit with these plants. These are the ones that poison you. So, but you put them all right on top of each other. I don't even need this one yet, but getting 80 of these would be such a pain in the ass if you didn't do this. Even getting these, 120 of these, I was like, holy shit, that's going to take forever, until I figured this little trick out. And now I'm going to have all these damn things done by in an hour or 2, maybe. And that's the same thing. I plant about 5, and then I do them close together, all at the same time. And they don't shoot at you. Like I said, like, if you go, it's the best. It's the best. Same with these. And these don't, you know, they don't release that poison smoke when you plant them. And they give you double, triple seeds. So then I will just go back here. Normally I'll fill this thing up before I carry it over. I'm just showing you as an example. Normally I would fill that up with all of those type plants. And then I would come over here, turn that light off. You see this board's already empty. I'd fill this board up completely, and then the process just goes. And that's it. And that's how you automate it. Like I said, I could do this same kind of thing here. I could put an auto arm on that other side over there and have it throw it to something, but it's just like overkill at that point. This is good enough, but like I said, just get a couple of pumpkins to get this process started, and a couple of these plants, and a couple of the other plants. And once you get them, like I said, they're not going to bother you, and then you get your bounties done, and you'll get all the Halloween stuff. That's it.